Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, a realm where myths collide with the unknown, where gods face extraterrestrial titans, and legends are forged in the fires of chaos. Subscribe now. The battle for the multiverse begins here. The moon hung like a ghostly lantern in the sky, casting an eerie silver glow over the desolate wasteland. The ground beneath was cracked and charred, as if some ancient force had long ago laid waste to the land. The air was thick with a foul stench, mixing sulfur and decay, an omen of the battle soon to come. Spawn stood at the heart of the wasteland, his crimson cape billowing in the wind, eyes glowing with the fire of vengeance. The ground beneath him seemed to pulse with the weight of his anger, necroplasm crackling through the air around him. He was a warrior, forged in hell's own flames, and today, another creature of the damned would learn what it meant to cross him. From the shadows, a roar shattered the silence, a sound born of fire and fury. It was him, Ghost Rider. The earth trembled as a familiar sound of an engine echoed through the hollow, the growl of a motorcycle reverberating through the night. A firestorm of hellish energy swirled in the distance before a monstrous figure appeared, silhouetted against the blaze of his own infernal power. Ghost Rider, his skull ablaze with hellfire, his chain swinging in the air like a living serpent, stared down Spawn with eyes that burned with unrelenting fury. "You don't belong here, demon." Ghost Rider's voice was a guttural growl, as if every word was dragged from the depths of hell itself. Spawn smirked beneath his helm, raising his hand. "I didn't come here to talk, Rider. Let's see if your flames can match the darkness that I control." Without warning, Spawn launched himself forward, the ground beneath him erupting as he disappeared in a blur of motion. His fist collided with Ghost Rider's chest, a thunderous boom filling the air, and the force sent shockwaves through the land. But Ghost Rider was unyielding. With a feral snarl, he swung his chain, the links cutting through the air like a vengeful serpent. Spawn's symbiotic suit quickly formed a shield of dark energy, blocking the blow. But the force of it sent him sliding back several yards, his boots grinding into the cracked earth. "You'll need more than that," Spawn sneered, his suit pulsing with dark energy. With a flick of his wrist, tendrils of necroplasm shot from his back, wrapping around Ghost Rider's arms like constricting snakes. But Ghost Rider was not so easily contained. His chains writhed in his grip, ripping through the necroplasmic tendrils like they were mere strands of silk. With a defiant roar, he wrenched free, the hellfire surging around him like a volcanic eruption. In an instant, Ghost Rider was upon Spawn, his fists igniting with hellfire as they pummeled Spawn's chest with the force of 1,000 explosions. Each blow sent shockwaves through the air, the very ground shaking beneath them. Spawn staggered back, but his resilience was unmatched. With a growl, he summoned a torrent of necroplasmic energy, unleashing it in a blast that sent Ghost Rider crashing into a nearby rock formation. "Is that all you got?" Spawn taunted as he stood tall, his cape swirling around him like a black storm. But as he approached, a faint growl emanated from the depths of shadows. Ghost Rider wasn't finished. From a rubble, a pair of glowing eyes pierced the darkness, and with a furious roar, Ghost Rider shot from the debris like a comet of hellfire. His chain lashed out, wrapping around Spawn's neck, tightening with brutal force. Spawn struggled, but the fiery strength of Ghost Rider's grip was unrelenting. The heat of the hellfire began to sear through his suit, the necroplasm sizzling as the darkness fought to hold against Infernal. For a moment, Spawn felt the weight of his own mortality. But Spawn was no mere mortal. With a surge of power, his suit exploded with dark energy, causing the chains to snap. He was free, but barely. And then, as if from the very core of hell itself, Ghost Rider's voice echoed. "This is your reckoning, Spawn." The fight had only just begun. The night had grown thick with the scent of blood, sweat, and death. The battlefield was littered with the remnants of their devastation. Scorch marks, craters, and shattered debris. Yet, neither combatant showed any signs of slowing down. They were bound by their fates, by vengeance, by duty, and by the infernal powers that coursed through their veins. Spawn launched another volley of dark energy, his hands crackling with raw power. He summoned the very elements of darkness to assault Ghost Rider from every angle, twisting and contorting the shadows into deadly spears, arrows, and tentacles. They collided with Ghost Rider, each impact igniting massive bursts of flame. But Ghost Rider stood his ground, his hellfire absorbing the strikes and dispersing them with a mere wave of his hand. In that moment, Ghost Rider understood something Spawn didn't. His power was eternal. Spawn's necroplasm was finite. He could only summon so much before it ran out, and Ghost Rider knew how to wear him down. With a roar, Ghost Rider summoned the full force of the spirit of vengeance. His motorcycle roared to life beside him, flames erupting from the exhaust as it revved and tore across the battlefield. Ghost Rider launched himself from his bike, flipping in midair to land with crash, unleashing an explosion of hellfire that sent Spawn hurtling backward. Spawn's symbiote suit burned as the hellfire seeped into every crevice, but he refused to fall. His body reformed, his power recharged. Yet, the longer the battle raged, the more his reserves dwindled. Ghost Rider's chain lashed out again, wrapping around Spawn's leg, dragging him toward the Inferno. Spawn struggled, his dark powers flaring, but it was clear he was faltering. His suit, once pulsing with infinite power, now seemed to strain with each movement. "You're not like me, Spawn," Ghost Rider's voice rumbled, low and threatening. "You cannot fight the flames of hell forever." With a final surge of strength, Ghost Rider swung his chain, wrapping it around Spawn's chest. He lifted Spawn into the air, the hellfire blazing hotter than the sun, enveloping the anti-hero in its burning embrace. Spawn struggled, his suit disintegrating under the weight of the infernal fire. Ghost Rider's Penance stare locked onto Spawn, his eyes burning with unholy fury. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as Ghost Rider channeled the full power of his vengeance. Spawn's memories flooded his mind, his past, his sins, his regrets. He felt the crushing weight of his actions, his guilt boiling to the surface. He fought against it, but it was too late. The flames of hellfire consumed him. With one final, deafening scream, Spawn collapsed to his knees, his body scorched and broken. The darkness that had once empowered him now consumed by the relentless fire of vengeance. Ghost Rider stood tall, his figure casting a long, fiery shadow over the fallen warrior. His victory was inevitable. He was a spirit of vengeance, the embodiment of justice. And as the night faded into silence, the battle had ended. He turned away from the wreckage, his skeletal hands gripping the handlebars of his hell cycle. With a flick of his wrist, the infernal engine roared to life, sending an echo through the hollow wasteland. Flames erupted from the wheels, licking at the scorched ground, as if the very land itself recoiled from his presence. Without another word, Ghost Rider rode forward, his silhouette engulfed in an aura of blazing vengeance. The hell cycle howled, its tires scorching the earth beneath it, leaving behind a trail of fire that burned long after he had gone. Ghost Rider had won.